how you doing? I'm Unruly, and welcome back to Unruly Horror. This is what I bought this month, November 2021. And I even though Christmas is coming up, I splurged a bit. 9 films I bought this month. For good reason. Like normally I have 4 Blu-rays and 4 DVDs. I get 4 Blu-rays from Music Magpie and 4 DVDs from Amazon. I got the 4 Blu-rays from Music Magpie, but one of the films I wanted to buy on DVD is Nothing Left to Fear, and the DVD was £12 and the Blu-ray was £4. So I would be an idiot not to buy it cheaper. So I bought an extra Blu-ray, and because I have 4 stacks of DVDs, I was like, well, I need an extra one. So I just looked for a cheap horror film, and where is this? Okay, the first DVD I'll show you will be the cheap horror film. I'll explain to it more. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the stack of films I bought this month. Okay, first up on the pile is The Woman in Black, Angel of Death. I had no idea this was a film. It's a sequel, obviously, to The Woman in Black. It's set in 1941, so is it 10 or 20 years after the first one? I think it's about 20 years after the first one. I can't remember when the first one took place. It's got Helen McCrory in, so it should be a good film. It's about a bunch of children from London in World War I, 1941, obviously. They get evacuated from the Blitz up to Eel Marsh House, and as well as an RAF pilot played by Jeremy Irvine. This film's got 2 actors I know and I've never knew it existed. But obviously their rival awakens the titular Woman in Black. The thing that made the first one good was the suspense and the mystery of it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. So I'll put you over there. Alright, next up is a film which I bought mainly because, like with Stakeland, like with Daybreakers, I had seen this trailer so many times, and I just have to watch it to know what it's about. It stars Jessica Alba. It's The Eye. So Jessica Alba plays Sydney, who is blind and gets an eye transplant. Yeah, after a childhood tragedy, she goes blind, undergoes a surgery to restore eyesight. I thought it was a transplant. Yes, she did get an eye transplant, and she starts seeing weird stuff like ghosts and everything. Unexplained, shadowy and frightened images start to haunt her, not knowing if they are an aftermath of the surgery or her mind. And so basically it turns out the donor kind of opened the door to the spirit world. You can't really get anything from the blurb. So yeah, I did watch 10 minutes of this one time when it was on TV, but since I'd missed the start and I'd missed most of it, I thought I might as well just leave it. Don't want to ruin it. So yeah, excited to watch it. Like I say, I've seen the trailer about 50 times, so it's about time I finally sit down and watch it. Next up is one that I bought specifically for the title. It's Mask Maker. So now, the thing that kind of made me doubt if this is going to be a good film is the new Leatherface is what they call the villain, and I'm pretty sure that image is kind of ripped off from a Leatherface film. I could be wrong, don't sue me. So basically it's about a couple purchase a... Oh, by the way, it's got Michael Berryman in it. He's been in a lot of, horror stuff. So basically, this couple buy a house that used to be a plantation. They're going straight for the controversy they're under. They invite friends over to celebrate. And the locals in the town try to warn them about the sinister history of the house, but they won't listen. And when the friends start to go missing, along with their skin off their faces, the survivors realise the plantation's former owner has risen from his grave, and he's not happy. That's not me making it up. And he is not happy. Could have just says he wants vengeance, I don't know. I bought this one because I thought it was a film I watched a few years ago, and I can't remember for the life of us what the title of the film was. But it was about... I'm just going to put this down. The film I'm trying to remember, I can't find on the internet, like, by the description. It's like a group of friends, there's like a cornfield, and there's like the scarecrow, and if the scarecrow catches you, you go to the house and it kind of possesses you, and you like put nails through your fingers, you make your own mask. And for the life of us, I can't remember the name of that film, so if you can remember, if you know what film I'm talking about, there's even a scene where one of the friends is in the house, in the room, trapped, and one of the friends who's had the throat slit comes walking in, possessed, and does all like the nails and starts doing the mask. And if you leave the cornfield, it can't touch you. And for the life of us, I can't remember the name, and I can't find it, so please, if you know what film I'm on about, comment down below, please. Anyway, the last Blu-ray I bought from Music Magpie, Devil, sorry. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so there's going to be a twist. And I have seen the last, 20 minutes of this, so I know how it ends. It's suspenseful, I will say that. There is suspense, there is a whodunit sort of atmosphere, because one of them, if you can just see, one of them is the devil, like literally it's Satan, and slowly pick one off one by one. I can't remember how this movie goes, but it gets a bit of claustrophobic feel because it's an elevator, but you do see the outside world with other people trying to help them. And I was about to say, you pitch a film where they're stuck in an elevator, you'd think it'd be boring, but then I remember there is a horror film where they're stuck in an ATM room, so yeah, I can't wait to watch this again, because it must have been about 6 years since I saw the ending, so it's going to be a good watch. Right, onto the 5 things, onto the 5 horror films what's my hair doing? What are you doing? I just waxed you about half hour ago. Will you stay in place? There we go. So anyway, Nothing Left to Fear is the Blu-ray I bought from Amazon, as well as 4 DVDs. I used to own this on DVD. But like I've said many times in videos, I had to sell a lot of my stuff a few years ago to help pay for a financial situation. And yeah, nothing left to fear. I bought it because, oh, look at the cover. Tell me you don't want to see that in a film. It's by Slash. And I think this is the only film, that production company, that he made. I think this is the only one that they ever did. Basically, it's about this family. God, I must have watched this film a load of times years ago. Family, they move into this new house. One of them's a pastor. And turns out it's Clancy Brown. You know him from the Shawshank Redemption. He was in Pet Sematary 2. And, what's that other TV show he was on? A famous children's TV show, I think. No, not coming to us. Probably have to go buy a pineapple now. I'm an idiot. Forget that. Yeah, and it's in Skull, Kansas, which is an urban legend about that there's 7 gates to hell located there, or Skull is one of the 7 gates to hell. As one of the 7 gates to hell, okay, makes sense. And basically the 2 daughters are like teenagers, I think. And this one of the neighbours brings a cake, and one of the daughters finds a rock or something and cuts that gum. And that means she's chosen, if you can, chosen, possessed. It turns out every year they do this as a sacrifice to some evil spirit. Does it say? A dark supernatural force. Hell-bent on terrorising their existence. So they sacrifice one person to keep it at bay, basically. And you could say there's a lot of, films that use that story, but a lot of them always put their unique twist on it. And I like it. In Supernatural, one of the episodes early on was about a town, a little, not even a town, it was like a little rural town that sacrificed 2 people every year to like the scarecrow. So yeah, worth the watch, I would say. I enjoyed it. I think I hear some people say they don't like it, but I think it's good. It's a good twist on the whole possession thing. Right, onto the DVDs. Now, this DVD is the one I had to buy to make up my hair's everywhere today, it's me eye now. I had to buy it to keep up 4 racks of the DVD. It was about £1.95, cheap. It's a foreign language film, according to the no description at the back, but it sounds good. It's rigor mortis. And the thing that catches me is the pictures on the back. So this image, I can only describe as the Shining Twins meets Samara. I hope that's an actual jump scare in the film where you just turn around and there's them 2. And also, look at that. Oops. Look at that. It's got a few awards, like, if you look at the lulls at the top there. In this chilling horror, a washed-up movie star goes to an abandoned apartment block to end his life, but finds himself plunged into a dark storm of supernatural chaos, ghosts, vampires, and zombies. The triple threat erupt out of this housing block, drawing in the residents into an apocalyptic fight for their lives. So basically they said, do you want ghosts? Well, yes, but I want more than that. Vampires? Yes, but I want more. Zombies? I mean, I only bought this because I thought it's just a cheap throwaway film that's a horror. In the more I read it and more I look at the art, I think I'm going to enjoy this film. I mean, ghosts, vampires and zombies. Name me a film where you get all three. Right, next up is possibly one of the most well-known films. Well, one of the well-known horror films, and it regenerated the horror genre when it was released. I did own this DVD. God, I owned it for years. I think I first bought this film in 2009. Like I said, I sold it in 2017. It's the one and only Scream. Yeah, what can I say about Scream that hasn't... Like, you probably know what Scream is. I mean, come on. Who doesn't know what Scream is? I've got Scream 2 because apparently when I was selling my films, they wouldn't accept Scream 2. Oh, they took Scream, Scream 3 and Scream 4 offers, they wouldn't take Scream. Like, what can I say about Scream? It's a classic. It helped the horror genre get out of the rut it was happening in the 90s. Slashers and everything. Like the Friday the 13th and all that story was getting overplayed. And it breathed a new breath of fresh air into the horror genre. Wes Craven, I mean, honestly, one of his best films, what can I say? And yeah, it brought along just... If you look at the horror films from 1995 all the way back to like 1980, you will see similarities of like slashers and everything, that it was overused. And then this comes along, it's meta, it mentions other horror films. Like, honestly, I hope this has it, but I think it's here on the Did You Know, because on the DVD I bought in 2009, it had like a list of all the horror films mentioned in Scream, and it was like 30 or so. So yeah, I'm glad I'm going to get my Scream films back, because I haven't watched Scream in literally 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, to a 4 year. And even though I have just said it overplayed and it was getting boring, my next film is continuing my Friday the 13th films. Friday the 13th Part 7. I now have Friday 1 through to 7. This is also known as Jason versus Carrie, since the main final girl, Tina, has telekinetic abilities to where she killed her dad by dropping the pier, it drowned him, and she tries to resurrect her dad years later and resurrects Jason. So yeah, I have heard it is one of the bad Friday the 13th films. I've only seen, originally, when I first got the Friday films, I seen 1 to 5. So yeah, I can't wait to watch this. It's Let There Be Light. The sun's coming out. After this, I would say number 7 marks when the Friday the 13th films were kind of getting a bit, boring, I would say. The sun's now going into my eyes. Anyway, it's good to, build my collection back up. I haven't watched it, I can't wait to watch it. I want to see how much it really is Jason versus Carrie. And for our final film, Halloween Resurrection. This is, by watching the kill count, that is Dead Meat's kill count, make sure you go visit him. It's one of the worst Halloween films made. Halloween Resurrection. It has Busta Rhymes doing karate against Michael Myers. Not even karate, it's like kung fu where he's making the stereotypical noises. It's like a reality TV show where they have to solve a murder, and Michael Myers interrupts and starts killing them, and it's all to do with webcams and the internet, and what can I say? I'll watch it only because I'm one film away from having every single Halloween film. I have Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, Halloween 6, Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, Rob Zombie's Halloween, in Halloween 2018. All I need is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and that's every single Halloween film. And that will mark 2 years since I started collecting the Halloween films. I stopped for a bit because I couldn't find them on Amazon, and my stupid brain didn't think, have you tried eBay? And that's where I got most of them, but then I found them on Amazon again. 22 minutes, my god, I can ramble on, can't I? Anyway guys, that's it for me today. Trying to think when's the next video I'm going to have, because I would have had at least another 2 ghost reaction videos for you, but I'm painting the room that I normally do them in, and I'm asthmatic, and the fumes up there are toxic from the paint, and it needs another coat and cutting in. So I'm going to try and do like a reaction video in the kitchen. It's just, don't mind the messy background, and it's trying to record, like sync the audio up. That's going to be a bit difficult, but I'm going to try it. So what day is it today? It's Tuesday. I'll try to get it out for either Thursday or Saturday. So expect a reaction video then, guys. And anyway, that's all for me. I've been Unruly. Thank you so much. If you enjoy horror just like me, make sure like, subscribe, and comment some of your favourites so I can know what films to buy. Anyway guys, I'll see you later. Have a nice day.